Bernard Lansky's story begins in a place few would expect a fashion icon to emerge from: South Memphis, in a family that started with a humble dry goods and grocery store. This is where Bernard's journey began, far removed from the glitz of high fashion. His father owned a store with just one gas pump, and after serving in the army during the Korean War, Bernard returned home to find his father had expanded their business. They turned to surplus military clothing, selling cheap fatigues to folks eager to own a piece of the military style. It was an unplanned pivot into the booming second-hand market after the war, where styles were loosening, and people craved the affordable look of military gear. Bernard's father, Mr. Lansky, had already established 2 stores, one for groceries and another for dry goods. With Guy, Bernard's brother, returning from the army with no job prospects, the family saw an opportunity. They entered the surplus business, taking advantage of cheap military surplus that transformed into trendy attire for the youth. At first it was a gamble, but the timing was perfect. As styles began to shift away from the traditional, people were looking for something new, something cheap, and something that spoke of freedom and the military's sense of style. The move to high fashion was not a calculated plan, but rather a response to the changing times. When other stores stuck to basic clothes for farmers, Bernard and Guy seized the moment. They opened Lansky Brothers, becoming pioneers in bringing fashion to the people of Memphis. Their store was unique, offering stylish clothing that appealed to everyone, from high school kids to grown-ups. Bernard understood people and clothes intimately. He believed that knowing how to dress was as important as knowing how to speak. His ability to connect with customers, understanding their needs and styling them accordingly, set Lansky Brothers apart. Bernard's approach was personal. He believed in meeting customers where they were, greeting them warmly, and suggesting outfits that fit their lifestyles. His philosophy was simple: you needed to dress the part to fit the part you wanted in life. He didn't just sell clothes, he sold confidence and identity. This approach made Lansky Brothers the go-to destination for those seeking more than just clothing. They sought a sense of belonging and style. The store's success was not just about the clothes, it was about the experience. Bernard and his team, including his wife Joyce and brother Guy, created an environment where shopping was an event. With 10 salesmen on the floor and a tailor shop, they catered to every need, ensuring customers left looking and feeling their best. Bernard himself took pride in the store's presentation, personally arranging the window displays to reflect the latest trends and needs. Lansky Brothers became more than a store, it became a cultural hub. Musicians from B.B. King to Elvis Presley frequented the store, drawn not just by the clothes but by Bernard's welcoming nature. He saw potential in everyone, even a shy young Elvis, who walked into the store with dreams but no money. Bernard's kindness and vision extended beyond sales. He offered a glimpse of a better future, telling Elvis, "When I get rich, I'll buy you out, not as a threat but as a promise of friendship and success." Bernard's story is one of adapting to change, seizing opportunities, and most importantly, connecting with people on a human level. From humble beginnings to becoming a cornerstone of Memphis fashion, Lansky Brothers was more than just a store. It was a reflection of Bernard Lansky's belief in people and his commitment to making them feel seen and valued. His legacy is woven into the fabric of Memphis, a reminder that true style comes from within and is best expressed with understanding and kindness. In the heart of Memphis, a man named Sam Phillips had a dream. It was 1945 and Phillips was young, full of energy, and convinced that he could change the music world. He didn't believe in the safe, polished sounds coming out of Nashville or the stuffy New York City music scene. To him, the real music was being made on Beale Street, where rough country blues players filled the air with authentic sounds. Phillips knew he wanted to capture that raw, honest music, but not everyone agreed. His colleagues at the radio station, WREC, didn't share his vision. They were content with the smooth sounds of big bands and established artists. Phillips, however, was drawn to the unique rhythms of the blues. He wanted to record the stories of everyday people, the sharecroppers and workers who lived hard lives and sang about their struggles. At WREC, Phillips worked non-stop. He was the announcer, producer, and even fixed equipment when needed. He ran the station from early morning until midnight, often returning to the studio late at night to work on recordings. His dedication was intense, and it took a toll. He had a nervous breakdown, ending up in the hospital. But even in his darkest moment, he knew he couldn't give up. His family depended on him, and he had a vision to fulfill. After leaving WREC, Phillips decided to start his own studio. Money was tight, but he was determined. He and Marion, his wife, found a place on Union Avenue. They worked tirelessly, laying tiles, painting, and setting up equipment. Marion did everything she could to support Sam, even though she knew little about music. To her, it was about helping Sam chase his dream. Phillips' approach to recording was revolutionary. He was willing to record anyone, anywhere, as long as they had a story to tell. He recorded everything from funerals to weddings, capturing the essence of the moment. He didn't care if someone was a famous artist or just a person with a voice. If they had something to say, he wanted to hear it. One day, Phillips played a recording by Jackie Brenston and Ike Turner for Leonard Chess, a big record producer from Chicago. The song Rocket 88 was something new and exciting. It blended blues and rhythm and blues in a way that was fresh and powerful. Phillips was thrilled. This was the kind of music he had been searching for. When Rocket 88 sold 500,000 copies, Phillips realized the potential of the music he was recording. It was a huge hit by today's standards, like selling 10 million records. As Sun Records began to grow, Phillips continued to take risks. He recorded musicians who were often overlooked by bigger labels. He believed in their talent and saw something special in them. This approach led to more hits, more authentic sounds, and a growing reputation for Sun Records. Phillips was not just recording music, he was capturing a piece of history. His work was more than just a business. It was a passion, a way to give voice to those who were often silent. Through his recordings, Phillips shared the stories of the people who shaped the music scene in Memphis. He understood that true music came from the heart, from the struggles and joys of everyday life. Phillips' journey was not easy. He faced many challenges, from financial struggles to doubt from others. But he never wavered in his belief that he was onto something big. He was driven by a desire to create something meaningful, to leave a mark on the music world. And in doing so, he changed the course of music history, paving the way for future generations of artists. Once upon a time in Memphis, a man named Sam Phillips had a dream. He wanted to create a place where music could be made freely, a place called Sun Studio. Sam believed that good music came from the heart, not from following rules. He wanted Elvis Presley, a young man with a powerful voice but no luck, to record his first songs there. Elvis, nervous and unsure, walked into Sun Studio for the first time. He wasn't like other singers. He didn't copy anyone, he wanted to sing from his soul. Sam and Marion, who worked at the studio, were intrigued by this unique kid. When Elvis sang My Happiness, his emotion shone through. Though he struggled at first, his true voice emerged, showing there was something special about him, but success didn't come quickly. For months, Elvis visited the studio, hoping for a chance. He would chat with Marion but didn't get the break he needed. Sun Studio was busy and Sam was always occupied. Elvis felt like he was just a fan, not a rising star. Despite the rejections, Elvis kept coming back, driven by his dream and the support of Marion. He was also starting to find solace and encouragement in Dixie Locke, a young girl at his church who liked his unique style and passion for his faith. As time passed, Elvis recorded a few more songs, but each time he felt more unsure of himself. His confidence, crucial for any singer, seemed to slip away. He was at a crossroads, wondering if he'd ever make it big, yet life had other plans. Elvis met Dixie at church and started spending more time with her. She saw the real Elvis, a young man deeply committed to his beliefs and dreams. Their relationship began to give him the confidence he needed. Around this time, Elvis finally got his big break. A producer from a bigger label heard his recordings and wanted to sign him. It wasn't Sun Studio that launched his career, but this opportunity was too good to pass up. Elvis left Sun, but it was there that he found his voice, the voice that would change music forever. Sun Studio became a legend, a place where many great artists found their start. Sam Phillips kept believing in raw talent, just like he did with Elvis. He understood that real music comes from the heart, even if it doesn't follow the rules. Elvis's journey from a nervous kid in a Memphis studio to a music icon is a story of hope and perseverance. It shows us that sometimes the path to success is filled with uncertainty, but with passion and a little help from friends, anything is possible. And though Elvis may have left Sun Studio behind, the lessons he learned there stayed with him, helping him shine bright in the world of music.